From the KOIN 6 newsroom, this is breaking news.
That breaking news tonight out of Yamhill County, where the local sheriff's office, search and rescue teams, even the FBI, now searching for a missing mother and her son. And tonight we have live team coverage as police have also named a person of interest in this case. This is KOIN 6 News at 6 o'clock. I'm Jennifer Hoff.
I'm Jeff Gianola. Salem police telling us tonight they're searching two rural properties. One is a patch of land in Hopewell, and the other a home in Gaston. Let's begin our team coverage with Cole Miller, who's outside that home in Gaston. Cole, what can you tell us?
Well, Jeff, Jennifer, good afternoon. We know that detectives have been poring over this property all day, and according to a few neighbors that I had a chance to speak with, this investigation may have began as early as Sunday or Monday. I'm going to step out of the frame here real quick, and as you can see, as we push in up this driveway, you can see that Salem Police has its mobile command center and mobile crime lab both set up out here. Yamhill County and Oregon State Police are also pitching in, and even at this hour, it's still a pretty busy scene. Now, this all goes back, again, to that missing mother, 25-year-old Carissa Fretwell, and her 3-year-old son, Billy. Since we first showed up at around 3:45, we've noticed a few of those detectives entering the home on this property. We can also see at least two other outbuildings, one a newer garage-type building, the other an older barn. One neighbor I spoke with says that most of these lots out here are about 10 acres or so in size. And to learn that 52-year-old Michael Wolf is now being sought for questioning in this case, a person of interest, it's coming as a bit of a shock for those who live out this way.
I would never guessed. I met him a couple weeks ago. He was quiet, nice. There wasn't anything odd. It was just a neighbor saying hi and has a dog.
I don't know. It's just odd. It's just, you see it on the news all the time of somewhere else or a different place, and then next thing you know, it's just right next door. So it kind of makes you wonder.
Yeah, a lot of people out here scratching their heads. Those neighbors also tell us that Wolf lived here with his wife. There's been no mention by authorities of whether she was here or not when they first arrived. Now, as we come back out here live, there's really no way of knowing how much longer these detectives will be out here at this scene. But again, if what neighbors told us that this investigation started on either Sunday or Monday, it could be some time. In the last half hour or so, a few more cars actually just pulled into this property. A few more detectives now out here at this scene. Live near Gaston, Cole Miller, KOIN 6 News.
Any new developments, we'll switch back to you, Cole. That's the first location. Law enforcement also searching a second location in Yamhill County, about 25 miles just south of that Gaston home.
And that's where Salem police have been all afternoon, giving updates to our Jennifer Dowling, who's live in the small area of Hopewell, which is just west of Salem. What can you tell us, Jennifer?
Well, search and rescue crews from Yamhill County have been going through a field here near Hopewell, looking for some clues. Salem police gave us an update earlier in the day. This is a very rural area. It would be challenging to find clues here as they comb through the rural fields, and lots of cover, as you can see behind me, lots of vegetation to have to search through. Now, Salem police say there are around 25 crew members that are on the search here in the Hopewell area in a field out here. They're doing what's called a hand search. It's slow and methodical, according to Salem police. They form a grid and walk the field. Michael Wolf's connection to this field out here is not clear yet. Salem police have been looking for Carissa Fretwell and her son William for more than a week. She was last seen on the 13th. Carissa's white Grand Am was left outside her apartment complex when she disappeared. Police say a family member reported her missing, and they say friends and family first became concerned when she didn't show up for work. That's what they told us today. Now, this was the latest update from police just about an hour ago. Take a listen.
We're still looking for Carissa and William. We want to find them. We want to make sure that they're okay. So we're going to keep searching until we find them, find more evidence of where they're at and how to make sure that they're okay. So we're going to be out here as long as we need to be until we've exhausted all leads. So we really want the public's help in helping find Mr. Wolf. We want to know where he's at. We want to have him in custody and be able to talk to him about what's going on, where Carissa and William are, and we want to make sure that we get some answers for them and for the family.
Also confirmed at the press conference, 52-year-old Wolf is connected to that Gaston property and home they're searching, and that's where Cole Miller is reporting from. They just gave us an official yes, he's connected to that property while we were out here in Hopewell today. Salem police are asking for the public's help in finding him. If you have any information on where he might be, you're asked to call the Salem police tip line. They'd like to question him, and they say they've been looking for him for a while now. Salem police also say that they're using a drone in the search of the field out here to assist those crews that are doing the hand search. No word on whether or not they found any clues out here leading them to that mom and her son. Back to you.
Jennifer Dowling live for us tonight. Thank you. And just moments before investigators released information that Wolf is in fact a person of interest, that came down just after the 4 o'clock hour, we were reporting that there are several connections between him and Carissa and that 3-year-old.
Our Coin 6 investigator Dan Tilkin spent hours looking into the court documents, and what they reveal is pretty staggering here, Dan.
And the connection is made by cross-referencing these court records with the property records. Yamhill County property records show the Phillips Road property belongs to Michael Wolf and his wife, as you've heard. Court records obtained by Coin show last year, Carissa Fretwell took Michael Wolf, who lives at the same address, to court to request he pay child support for her son William, who she calls Billy. The court records show a DNA test last summer proved Michael Wolf is Billy's father. Court documents say the test was 99.9% certain. We also checked both their Facebook pages. Both show they work or worked for the same company in McMinnville. That's Cascade Steel Rolling Mills. We also looked to see if Michael Wolf has any sort of criminal background. Jennifer, we didn't find anything except typical traffic tickets.
Okay, a lot of twists and turns yet in this case. Thank you for looking into that, Dan. And we've been following this story since the search started for Carissa and her son. So as we learn more, we will, of course, update you on air. And as always, on KOIN.com, we will switch back to our team coverage if need be. But again, you can always go to KOIN.com to see all of our coverage.
Now to Southeast Portland, where a gas station clerk is attacked, and it's all caught on camera. This happened at the Chevron on 148th and Stark. Police say 5 people stormed the store a day after the clerk named Ryan scolded one of them for stealing ice cream. The attackers sent Ryan to the hospital. They caused more than $1,100 in damage. Ryan's family shared a GoFundMe to help with him and his recovery. We have it posted at KOIN.com. If you recognize the attackers, if you know who these people are, you're asked to call Portland police.
Pretty maddening. And so is this. We found out thieves stole a local Vietnam veteran's mobility scooter, so now he can barely get around. It happened yesterday in Vancouver's Image neighborhood, where the 73-year-old lives with his wife. Medical issues make it nearly impossible for Don Ewell to even cross the street. He has nerve damage related to diabetes, so about 6 months ago he got a used scooter like this one, but the color's blue instead, and he says it really helped him stay active. But then yesterday morning, somebody broke into the back of his truck where he had put it and stole it.
And that's the part that bothers me, that people would do that, especially when they have to know I have to have it or I wouldn't have the thing, and they just go ahead and take it anyway.
Neighbors are now posting his story on social media, hoping to find another scooter for Don. Family members say they are also watching online to see if somebody might be trying to sell the stolen one.
A group of Oregon students met with lawmakers today, begging them to pass gun control legislation.
Governor Kate Brown and Oregon Democrats had to drop a gun control bill to pass the Student Success Act instead. Our Wayne Haverly spoke with some of the kids who say, yeah, they're upset, but they're also energized after a gun scare at Park Rose High School last week.
Student leaders from school districts from all across the state have been working on gun control measures for more than a year here in Salem. But now they say they feel like they've been used as a bargaining chip by lawmakers, and they're especially upset with Governor Kate Brown.
We are required to go to school, but our government doesn't seem to care if we die there.
Student leaders are speaking out after a sweeping Senate gun control bill was dropped by the governor and Senate Democrats in an apparent effort to attract needed votes to an education funding bill.
This bill was poised to pass.
13-year-old Sadie from a middle school in Northeast Portland says she campaigned with Governor Kate Brown on Senate Bill 978 and pointed to a governor's tweet about those efforts. The unexpected shelving of the gun control bill feels like a broken promise to her.
But Governor Kate Brown, make no mistake, we cannot and will not succeed if we are dead.
I'm just terribly sorry this happened.
Governor Brown says she comforted families at Umpqua Community College after the mass shooting there, and despite this political setback, claims to be committed to bringing common sense gun control to Oregon.
We have been able to make incremental progress since I have been governor, and we will continue to do so.
We do not have the power of an elected official, so it is embarrassing that you're seeing us walking in the halls of the Capitol today, because they promised to protect us, and they're not.
Student leaders say our political system may be failing them, but they are not quitting. They say they're not going away. They will keep fighting until they once again feel safe in their classrooms. In Salem, Wayne Haverly, KOIN 6 News.
So now is a good time to download the KOIN 6 News app because you can follow along on all of our stories like the gun control bill and keep you up to date on all of our breaking news. It's free in your app store.
Still to come, Portland City Commissioners right now debating a $5.5 billion budget, the latest as they now prepare to vote.
And then improving the flow of traffic, where road crews will soon add more roundabouts.
And you may notice those big clouds kind of looming over Portland, over places like Stoller Winery and the foothills, so still a chance to see some showers in those areas. Plus, we're talking about your Memorial Day weekend forecast. Yes, it does include rain. We'll talk about that coming up after the break.
After 2 days of debate now, the Portland City Council just approved next year's $5.5 billion budget.
But for now, it looks like there will be dozens of Parks employees who will have to find new jobs. Our Lisa Balick live at City Hall with more on this. Lisa?
Well, this afternoon, Commissioner Joanne Hardesty was presenting ways to try and cut police programs to find money to save those jobs. Now, within the past hour, Commissioner Hardesty proposed not funding police body cameras and closing down the gun violence reduction team. She also proposed a freeze on cost of living salary increases for city workers making over $80,000 a year. Those amendments were not approved by the other members of the council. The Parks Bureau is facing a $6 million shortfall, not enough money coming in from fees, and they're also having cost increases. The Parks Bureau now is looking at eventually closing some community centers after the summer. That doesn't sit well with many city residents.
The heartbeat of the city. And I know some of our community centers aren't as beautiful as the new giant ones that you guys have been building, but they're ours, and they've been around, some of them for 100 years, and they're what the heartbeat of our community.
The problem with some of those community centers needing millions in repairs. Now, city commissioners had to make tough decisions. They will spend money on some new programs to help the homeless and the mentally ill. As for cutting up to 50 Parks jobs, Commissioner Fish said today that he will make an effort throughout the city to try and find other jobs within the city for those workers. Live in downtown Portland, Lisa Balick, KOIN 6 News.
Lisa, thank you. Changes are coming to SR 14 in Washougal. Washington's Department of Transportation tells us they're adding roundabouts at the intersections of Washougal River Road, 15th Street, and 32nd. Now, officials say the roundabouts will make travel safer, keep the traffic flowing, and provide better routes for travel.
Really, the roundabouts are a really good solution, especially in this location. We think that you'll after the initial implementation and that initial thought for what the impact could be, you'll really see an improvement here.
So WashDOT says drivers should be cautious, drive slower through the work zones until this project is completed this fall, and construction kicks off next Wednesday. Water Environmental Services committed to cleaning up the Three Creeks natural area in Clackamas County today.
And they worked with Solve, one of our community partners here at KOIN 6 we just love. Wes tells us that this is their second year working with Solve, and today they were picking up trash and cleaning up waterways.
This is a wonderful gem of a natural area in the Clackamas industrial area, and Wes is proud to preserve and steward this land. It's very important for the future and for water quality.
Last year, Wes tells us that they picked up a whole dump truck worth of trash while cleaning up with Solve.
We're just around 24 hours away now from the kickoff to the Rose Festival City Fair along the waterfront. Gates open tomorrow night at 5 o'clock. There will be live music, food, carnival rides, tickets $5 for admission, and around $40 for an unlimited ride band. And because of the kickoff to the Rose Festival, there will be fireworks tomorrow night. They'll start at about 9:50 p.m., and Natasha will have your forecast live from City Fair.
Yeah.
So things getting rolling here as Rose Festival officially gets underway.
It's that time of year. It might be a little cooler and rainy tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow will look completely different from what we're dealing with today. Our temperatures now getting closer to that 80-degree mark. But tomorrow, look at that. Your high, your daytime high is going to be 63 in the valley with a chance of rain. Saturday, 60. Sunday, 76. You'll have some rain, but it won't be an all-day event, and you'll only have rain in some places. Most of that will be in the foothills and mountain areas. Speaking of which, let's show you what's happening around town. Okay, now we're at 80 degrees. We're at 80 degrees in Portland. Even this number, yes, I've heard some people on Twitter saying, well, isn't it just spring? Yeah, so because it's spring, we're going to see these big variations where it warms up and then it cools down in a big way, and that's what we're going to deal with here in the next 24 hours. Here's a live view from our downtown Skycam Portland. Looking out towards the east, you can see some darker clouds there in the mix and trying to grow, but at this late hour in the day, I don't think we're going to get a whole lot of buildup. Just a few places where we are starting to see some showers, though. Over to Stoller Winery, 74 degrees. Some of those cute little fair weather cumulus clouds are growing just a bit, but at this point haven't seen any rain move over the Stoller Winery area. Over to the Gorge, 72. Now, this is where we are seeing some rain, not right here from this point of view, but you go a little bit further to the east, and that's where you are seeing some of those heavier showers. Over to Seaside, it has just been overcast all day. Yes, the marine layer is very healthy and in place and remains that way through tomorrow. It's 55 degrees right now at the coast. Cooler places on the map, Eugene is 75, but Vancouver and PDX both at 80 degrees, 77 for you in the Dalles. Onshore flow continues at the coast. Our inland valleys now feeling a little bit of that marine push. Wind out of the west-northwest up to about 14 miles per hour. Also for Portland out of the northwest at about 8. So here we go. If you're going to be spending any time out there on the water, sea surface temperature right around 53 degrees, but it's not just the waves, it's the wind that's going to kick things up. So a small craft advisory will be in effect along with a gale watch for the waters just offshore from Washington and Oregon, along with a rough bar advisory for the Columbia River Bar through tomorrow midday. Satellite and radar imagery showing us a loop of the last 2 hours. It was kind of a lightning show right here in the Cascades just outside of Seattle. That has since come to a close, but the overall flow we're seeing here is coming from the north, so some of those showers are popping up now closer to our neighborhood. Now, as we take a look a little bit closer to Carson, over to Hood River Valley, this is where we're seeing some showers right now approaching Parkdale. Now, snow. Snow is going to be something that we're going to bring back into the forecast. Not into the valley, of course. Cascades, snow levels will be dropping down to about roughly 5,000 feet Friday night through Saturday morning. So here it's popping up right here all the way from Sisters up through Mount Hood. If you're going to be camping and you're thinking, I don't have to worry about snow, well, this time around you do. Much cooler air moving into the picture. Saturday during the day, showers on and off for us, the west side of the Cascades. And you can see across the state, we will continue with showers through the day Saturday and Sunday morning. We start to warm up, though, Sunday afternoon. Most of the shower activity is going to be over to eastern Oregon, central Oregon, and also over the Cascades with a chance at thunderstorms Sunday afternoon. Here's your 7-day forecast. We have more details about your Memorial Day weekend online because there is not enough time for me to talk about all of it, but all of it, go to coin.com.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Natasha.
Yes. Thank you. We'll be right back, everybody.
Coming up tonight at 11, we're continuing to learn more about our breaking news coverage this afternoon, the search for a missing mother and her 3-year-old son, and now a person of interest investigators are searching for. We'll have the full wrap-up tonight, the latest information at 11.
Okay, now before we go, you don't hear about this too much, but for the second time in 1 week, a Clark County deputy has rescued an owl. The sheriff's office says Deputy Harrison and Deputy Futtrell found this owl under a parked car. So they took him to St. Francis Animal Hospital for care. And then it was over the weekend when we told you about Deputy Tanya Johnson, who found an owl on the side of the highway. She took it to Dove Lewis Emergency Animal Hospital.
And now to Gresham, where a school resource officer caught on camera busting out in song.
Okay, he clearly loves his job. We got this video from the Gresham Police Facebook page, and they say that Officer Gavin Sasser there at Sam Barlow took a moment to sing a classic with the band Hit Machine during his shift on Monday. I think the kids loved it.
He's a good singer.
Yeah.
All right, Natasha.
Okay, so, well, what do you want for your weekend?
Hot, hot, hot.
Okay, well, no, you're not going to get it. You're not going to get it until next week, 70s. Tomorrow, 60 degrees, rain.
All right, everybody. CBS Evening News up next.
It's the